Michael. I'm here to stream some more Dungeon Siege. Glad to have you guys along for the ride. Okay, so let's take a look at my channel analytics real quick. Just trying to see what's going on. Okay, so let's get into the video stream. Alright, it's looking good. So, change the lighting real quick. Get to the front light. I'd like to like this one more. I have a feeling we're getting close to the end of the campaign, or at least close to something. So, I need to... What am I doing now? I forgot from yesterday. No, we're not doing majority rules. Ebb and flow. Yes, yes, we're doing something with the stone stream. Okay, let's do that. Maybe I'll play Mass Effect Trilogy after I finish this game. We'll see. I have it on my PlayStation 3. I have Mass Effect on the Xbox 360, and I have the box trilogy on my PlayStation 3. I do have all 3 games on Origin, but I have to boot the Windows for that, and that's just, I don't know. I also have Andromeda on Origin as well. I've never played Mass Effect on a console. I've been able to 5 minutes just to see.
I've lowered the platform for you. Step onto it.
I imagine being a little bit more difficult. I have Gears of War original. Maybe I'd give that a shot because I played that for like 2 minutes just to make sure the copy worked. So I have a lot of games I'm just playing for 2 seconds just to see if they work.
There you are. Let's hurry. I should be able to form a path to the center.
What a magnificent... I don't even know what to call it. Nice. Apparatus? Floating stone thing?
It's a floating stone.
There it is. I've never been this close. Sad that we must put it to rest.
Oh yes,
this will take a few moments.
All the gas going
all of my focus.
Blow them up.
Sentinels! They won't stop until I halt the stone stream. Keep them back!
Those sentinels don't look happy to see us.
It's like trying to hold back a river! I'm trying!
And no trap to lure them into.
He's beginning to stop. Just a little while longer.
Devil's on deck. Got to hold them back.
I have it! It's done.
Cool.
I need to rest a while. Go on, quickly. I'll be safe here.
Are you sure, buddy?
Phineas did it, didn't he? The fans have stopped, which means that the well is going to be a dangerous place very soon.
Yes, it will.
Unfortunately, it won't be soon enough. Jane's army broke through and her men are storming into the bedrock. Lord Devonsey and his soldiers are holding them off. Help them buy us some time to get our explosives ready. Then we'll send those bastards to Azanai.
Heck yeah. Ooh, I got a gun. A gun that's brown.
The Royalists look like they could use our help. Let's say we charge.
Fight for Queen Rosalind!
Chinese. Comfortable in my chair. Bad back, bad knees, bad shoulders. Heck yeah. Tip cannon back and forth.
I'm glad you're safe. Look, down there. We held the high ground, but they're pushing us back. Thanks to you, we still have our cannons from the swamp. We'll use them to cover you until Roderick signals us all to retreat.
Heck yeah.
Do whatever you can to delay Jane's up.
I will delay them with my life.
Gas, it's a fine stench. It's building up fast.
Hold your peace. my Lady Jane Cassinder calls parley.
Lower your weapons. We've come here to talk. I would know who leads my enemy's army. Tell me, why is your face so familiar? Are you the child of some lord that I've slain?
You, of all people, should recognize the Legion when you meet them.
My lady, this woman was one of the Legionnaires in Raven's Rill. My life was spared by her word.
Mercy from the Legion? I find that hard to believe. Unless it was some kind of ploy. Violence has always been the Legion's way. Ever since Hugh Montbaron murdered the old king. Did you plan the same for little Queen Mouse?
The Queen doesn't believe your lies. She trusts the Legion.
Then she is a stupid, sheltered little girl who lays her neck between the jaws of a lion. She doesn't know the Legion as I do. The old king. The man your Legion sought to murder and displace. He was my father.
And your mother? Who was she?
An Archon. One of the last of her kind. Granted shelter and solace by my father, the king.
That's a surprise.
You say your mother was an Archon? A creature out of myth?
She came to this world with her sisters, seeking the lost gods they once served. Archons are not so strange to you. You fought my handmaid in Raven's Rill, and you spared her life. Whatever your reason, that was more of a kindness than you know. My mother's people are precious and few.
If your father was the old king, then you and Rosalind are family.
By blood, Rosalind is my niece. But I will never call her kin. Her family stood by, content to watch, while I destroyed the Legion and avenged our father. Only then did they turn against me. They raised an army to put me in chains. A mistake, they'd tell you. If they were not all dead.
Rosalind had no part in any of this, so why fight her?
Because Rosalind is weak. She could never rebuild this nation alone.
Wow.
She'll be forced to rely upon others, like your Legion. And you will have power over her. But that is what you want, is it not?
Maybe.
I have no need to make such bargains. I am strong enough to rebuild my father's kingdom on my own. And greater powers, not of this world, have shown their favor of me. I will not fail.
If the royal family turned against you, they must have had good reason.
Good reason? Only if you count jealousy and fear. People had begun to whisper that the king had been my father. They were rumors, nothing more. But they worried the rightful heirs. I had no designs upon the throne. Not then. But neither would I go quietly to the noose.
Rosalind said nothing of this to me. Does she know that she's your niece?
Perhaps she doesn't know, if her family kept it from her. What better way to let a shameful secret?
We've spoken enough about your father and his kin.
Now you know why I lay claim to this kingdom. I am well within my rights.
I believe you.
What if I take you at your word? Can we negotiate a truce?
What if there is some truth to what she says? Wouldn't hurt to ask Devonsey, if we get out of this alive.
They need not be killed, my lady. We could offer exile, or...
Not to the Legion. No. I have heard the voices of my mother's lost gods. On this day, they will grant me victory over you and the Pretender Queen. This parley is finished. Remain here, and you will be slain. Try to run, and I will hunt you down.
Not a very nice lady, is she?
We shall not speak again.
Do you hear that noise? Phineas say something about a war beast?
I got a bad feeling about this.
lay dead, its fall testament to the might of the 10th Legion.
Yeah, all four of us.
But it seemed a Pyrrhic victory as the Azunite army pushed into the deep well. Hundreds of soldiers poured from the tunnels, easily outnumbering the Royalist forces. You and your allies fled before them, but this was not the defeat it might have seemed. Without the stone stream to refresh it, the air in the deep well was a seething cauldron of explosive gas, awaiting the merest spark. That spark the Royalists were all too happy to provide. The explosion collapsed the well, entombing the Azunites beneath the mountain, and shattering Jane Cassinder's hopes of destroying the Queen. Would that Cassinder herself had been buried there, along with her men. But such an end was not her fate.
Interesting.
Jane's army is fleeing down the mountain. The woman lives, but we're safe from her. For now.
The victory is yours. We owe the Legion our lives.
I'm told that Jane spoke to you. She mentioned the old king, no doubt. And the Legion's role in his murder.
Hold on, I need to go get something. I'm back. I had to help my daughter.
I need to know what really happened. All the facts, no matter how shameful.
We ought to begin more conversations this way.
Jane Cassinda spoke the truth, as far as she understands it. The commanders of the Legion did conspire to unseat the old king. The goal was never to murder the old king, only to replace him with his eldest son. But the king resisted, and the matter went awry.
You must understand. My grandfather was a monster. Even his own children despised him.
You say the king was a monster. What had he done?
I do not pretend to understand the man, but by all accounts, he was prone to paranoia, irrational rages. He grew jealous of the Legion. Before long, he started seizing our chapter houses and estates, threatening to disband the Legion altogether. So Baron struck first.
We have a friend, an old Legion scout called Odo. Would he have known about the plot?
No. Baron told the rank and file nothing, so that they wouldn't share in his guilt. Little good it did them. They all died, innocent or not.
If they didn't mean to harm the king, then why was he slain?
Because he
I
resisted.
wasn't there when it happened, but I'm told that the king drew a sword. The man wasn't much of a fighter, more a danger to himself than the Legionnaires. Who knows how he ended up with a blade in his gut? All the parties are long dead, and we shall never learn the truth.
You were one of the Legion commanders. Weren't you part of the plot?
When the plan was put forward by Baron, I spoke against it. We had all made a vow to defend the crown, and it seemed to me that our word should be kept. But all the others disagreed. So I abandoned the Legion. Left the hall, out the door, and never went back.
Dang, that's deep.
The king was in the wrong, yes. But was treason our only recourse? I thought not.
You were the only one who abandoned the Legion over this?
A good friend followed me into exile. His name was Garin Marcel. We served the royal family as generals during the war with Jane. Garin died at the Battle of Drifter's Cross. Phineas is his son.
Okay.
Phineas has Legion blood? I'd never have guessed. Seems a bit cerebral, doesn't he?
Jane told me something else. She said that she was the king's illegitimate daughter.
Ah, the old rumors. I can't say for sure, but I am inclined to believe them.
Jane Cassinda shares my blood? What else have you not told me, Lord Devonsey? The woman lost her father. Her family betrayed her. That doesn't excuse what she's done, but at least now I understand.
Yeah, makes sense.
I would ask one more favor of the Legion. Should you meet her again, will you spare Jane Cassinda's life?
Your Majesty, she's been hunting you and your family for years. Why would you ask me to spare her life?
This mountain once bustled with dwarves, and now they are gone. Dead so that I might keep my crown. My parents, my maids and courtiers, all of Lord Devonsey's men. Too many have died for my sake.
Your Majesty, think of the political ramifications.
If Jane Cassinda dies, do you think the cities of the East will bow their heads? No. They will curse us for murdering their living saint, and the war will drag on.
Really like this game fuel. It's like a cranberry, raspberry lemonade, zero. Pretty good. It's like the only one I really like.
Whereas if we come to an agreement and Jane is kept alive, the war ends peacefully.
You assume that the woman will surrender at all. I wouldn't make such a wager.
I will.
If she's willing to surrender, I'll let Jane live.
Lord Devonsey will surely chastise me for my gentle nature, but I am sure this is the right course. Whatever happens, the Legion has my trust and support.
I shall send riders to all the towns and villages that support the Queen with news of our alliance. You have the word of the royal court. all Western Ebb will stand united behind the Legion.
All 4 of us. What kind of loot do I get? And nothing. Anything for him? Better shield. Better armor. Okay, that's not so bad.
Perhaps now we can finally leave this fetid mine.
Damn right. Yeah, we'll buy that. Hey, where'd it go? Did I sell it accidentally? Oh, I did, and I bought it and then sold it. It's definitely an upgrade. Out of here.
We've come a long way from that filthy swamp, haven't we? Escorting you to the Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Let's go. Send me some walking.
Welcome back, Legionnaire. Come to see the
I'm not...
Just let me know if you'd like an escort.
We've had rumors of another battle. Is it true? Jane Cassinda's army retreating in disarray?
Yeah, I single-handedly
Disarray
did.
is too kind a word. I might say panic, or terror instead.
And Rosalind, what did you think of her? Worthy to wear the crown or no?
She has a kind and temperate nature, but I saw some iron underneath. I think she'll make a good queen.
Kind and temperate is a far cry from her grandfather. Perhaps, what about our proposal?
Rosalind agreed to an alliance. She and Devonsey gave their word.
Well done. But that's not all, is it? The news can't all be good.
My father tried to unseat the old king. The murder was an accident, but Devonsey said...
No more. I don't want to hear.
What?
You think I hadn't guessed it was something like that? I still called it a lie. We can't tell this story, not ever.
The people already heard this from Jane. It's too late to hide the truth.
If we win this war, Jane will be dead. Her words become lies, and ours become truth.
You're wrong, Odo. The story needs to be told, or the lesson will never be learned.
Right on.
And what then? The people won't blame Montbaron. They'll paint the whole Legion with the same bloody brush. Kingslayers forevermore. We'll be feared. No matter how virtuous we seem, we'll...
Better that the people hear the truth from our lips. I won't lie to them.
Indeed. I don't think deception was ever part of the Legion Code.
I was half afraid that Martin might say something like this. But you too?
Yeah.
The Legion will be better for this, not worse. The Crown as well. If we all know the story and remember it, we won't repeat the same mistakes. We've made our choice. Let's speak of something else.
Jane Cascinder is the daughter of the old king. She told me herself. You never knew?
I always thought that was just a rumor.
If Jane Cascinder is the old king's daughter, then she has a claim to the throne. Probably thinks it's her right.
Better to strike now while she's off balance. Still reeling from her loss at Glitterdelve.
Or maybe Jane will listen to reason now that she's tasted defeat.
You bloodied her nose and you stung her pride, that's true. If we try to talk, we'll only give her time to rebuild.
Stonebridge can field an army of automatons if need be. If we can seal an alliance with them, they might be willing to help.
Jane could be anywhere.
Jane's capital is 5 days' march from here, maybe more. She calls it the Spot. That's where she'll be. The most impregnable stronghold in Ebb.
That's another reason to win the
The Meisters have always avoided taking sides.
I agree. Our chance...
Well, we're gonna try. Because that's what heroes do. We do big damn heroic things.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
Did you hear? The foundry's gone silent, and no one...
Please spend your currency at local markets.
Isn't it just dreadful? They've locked up an innocent creature. This is an outrage. You seem pretty upset about this. If the Krug didn't do anything criminal, it has the same right as a human or goblin. You can always judge a society by how it treats its downtrodden. Have you thought the Krug might be safer behind bars? My children would be safer if I locked them in the basement, but I wouldn't dream of doing that. I should be going. Thanks for your time. Carry on.
Free the Krug! Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Rejoice! The Meisters have concluded their session and the hall is now open to the rabble. Apologies. The proverb...
Ah, half a minute there. You came from the chapter house, did you not? Tell me, is it true? Has the Legion returned?
Only a few of us, but yes, we've reclaimed the old chapter house.
Ha! Let them laugh at me now! Meister Wolf, with his silly dreams of radiant children and prophecies of the Legion's return.
You had a dream of a...
Precisely so. not a fortnight past.
You saw the Radiant you?
Wish I were, but no. If I'd had any Legion blood, I dare say I'd have been killed with the rest of...
I'm here to address the Meisters.
An alliance? That'll be tricky business. I'll warn you, though. They're scared. Scared of Jane Cassinda and her armies. Scared of... other things.
The Meisters are...
No. The other Meisters will know you've been talking to mad old Wolf with his secrets and conspiracies, and that won't win you...
I'm ready.
Capital! I shall go on. Gentlemen and goblins, order! Council recognizes the envoy from the 10th Legion.
Meister Wolf tells us that you propose an alliance. A grave matter indeed.
It's complicated.
Perhaps our colleague forgot to emphasize how deeply we value our neutrality.
A war with Jane Cassinda would risk the very life of our republic. What do we gain by siding with the...
The royal army is destroyed. It's only a matter of time before Jane Cassinda turns against you. Let us help protect your city.
A fair point. We are reasonable fellows, and we know that Jane Cassinda looks upon Stonebridge with covetous eyes. Nonetheless, you can understand why some in the city might fear the Legion's return.
Countless Legionnaires were murdered in our streets. People might think that you've come to seek revenge.
Forget the past. Those murders are 30 years gone. We came here to reconcile, not for revenge.
Words alone are unlikely to sway our good citizens. Perhaps if we form a
Nonsense! The Legion is no threat. There's far more dangerous things in this city, if you would only open your eyes.
Our colleague again speaks of the dapper old gent, no doubt.
Indeed, sir, I do. You think that the trouble in the Foundry is not the...
The gent?
Our nemesis. Our tormentor.
Meister Wolf, let us not turn aside.
No, wait. That hardly seems fair. I propose a recess. Let us each speak privately to the Legionnaires so that we can reach an informed and impartial judgment.
Sounds like a reasonable...
Indeed, well spoken, Meister Mudgutter. Council declares a recess. We shall reconvene after the Legion envoy has spoken to each of my esteemed colleagues, and all are...
Greetings, Legionnaire. If you've come to win my vote, don't bother. So that's that. Now, if you need some little task to occupy your time, or if you have a question...
Why are you so
I trust the Legion. What I don't trust is this city. It has a dark history with the Legion. Personally, I wish you great success in restoring the Legion, but I don't feel my vote for you...
Are you sure that...
At the moment, no. But worry not, I'm sure the other Meisters will vote... Now, I do have a task or two for you. Long ago, the Legion served as the mediator of first and last resort. When an argument ran out of control, the Legion offered
That's all? I thought...
Your first task is to handle a situation with a prisoner of ours, a Krug. He has no crimes charged against him, but his fate... Many argue he's safer in prison. Others want... Make your inquiries there, then tell the automaton... It's hardly dragon slaying, but if you're true to the Legion, you'll...
Okay, let's go talk to this mud gutter.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner.
Very well. It is Meister Fiddlewick's prerogative to entrust such decisions to strangers rather than automated constables with decades of experience. Please note that the Krug has been imprisoned for its own safety. It is highly unpopular with citizens.
Grr.
How did you wind up behind these bars?
Grr. Grr.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Ah, yes. Sorry about that. I've been having a terrible bout of phlegm lately. Yes, I can understand you. Just promise me you won't do that thing where you talk slower and louder. That never works.
You're...
A Krug? Yeah, I guess that's what people think I am. I'm human. Just some ill twist of fate made me hideous and homely.
People seem to think you're a Krug. Why haven't you
I'm tired of being harassed and assaulted. This time I decided I'd let them think I'm a monster and keep me locked up. I've thought about getting out of here, but I have nowhere to go.
I have to decide whether...
Well, I suppose I've committed no crime, unless being hideous is illegal. Let them go on thinking I'm a Krug. It won't hurt my feelings. If you let me go, have someone escort me out.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have...
I've come...
I will enact whatever outcome you deem appropriate. Please enunciate carefully.
He should stay in the cell until space is needed. The locals will just try to...
Very well. The Krug will remain in protective custody. Your innovative solutions...
It's safe in here.
I wasn't certain that the Legion had truly returned, but after witnessing your resolution of the plight of the oppressed Krug proletariat, it caused a great imbalance in my sanguine humors. Fairly had me bursting with them. Now then, we have much to accomplish. Shall we get...
Of course. The Legion has a sacred duty to...
Ah, spoken like a true Legionnaire. Finally, after... I am Reinhardt Manx, scholar, inventor, and sartorial adventurer. I have Naturally, I also have a grounding in the classics, but more importantly to you, I am... Well, needless to say, it's been my dream to reunite with other children of the... second only to the dream of a thaumaturgical waistcoat that can change its color.
If you have
Oh, you mean the invitation calculated to lure all the Legion descendants into one place? One would have to be suicidal, or at least a great... Oh my, do forgive me. I should have realized. I meant no offense. But in any case, no,
How have you lived in Stonebridge all this time?
Had I trumpeted my lineage, we would have seen democracy in action. The ballot would have been what... I used to dream that the Legion would rise up from the ashes. But the people of Stonebridge may have committed a terrible crime against the Legion. But I think it's time...
Forgiveness is an old virtue of the Legion.
In all my studies of time, I found that you can coil it, twist it, bend it... Hatred can't undo the past, so why hold a grudge? Why bother defending Ebb if you can't accept? And of course, forgiveness facilitates the open exchange of ideas.
You said you were a...
I'm hardly the mage that my great-grandfather was, but I was best... I may possess a physique best described as suety, but by application of higher non-Goblinian mathematics, I could rip a man in half with a thought. Well, theoretically I could. It's not as...
We need everyone and...
Am I with you? Does the thaumaturgical constant Q trend towards infinity for given values of the The answer is yes, by the way. The Legion needs to stand together, lest we fade into memory. So without further ado, let's be off.
Okay.
I should thank you for resolving the matter of the Krug. Such a small issue, but it...
Do you...
Yes, I do. Baron is a wealthy landowner. Hans has an equally compelling claim to the plot of land. Mudgutter and With the court deadlocked, both have agreed to let you settle their dispute. I'll have them meet you at the chapel.
Okay. Yeah, I switched Linux distributions, and everything magically just stopped. So it's a configuration issue with something. It's bullcrap, and it's good now. I switched from Kubuntu to Manjaro. Oops. Which is funny because I haven't switched from, I haven't not used Kubuntu in, I don't know, 5 years.
Please spend your currency at local markets.
Still will get minor hiccups here and there, but, you know, it gets fixed.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
It's good to see you, though, Mandrake.
They'd better get the foundry started again. My mill's been silent for days, and time is money.
Okay. Is it upstairs? Okay, yeah, it's upstairs.
They're here. I'm Hans. This is Baron. We have a disagreement, and we decided we'd abide by whatever decision you make.
Indeed. Years ago, the Legion settled disputes, and Hans and I have a conundrum that's still...
We have a moment to listen to your dispute. Since you are both willing to abide by the decision, we'll mediate as best we can.
I purchased a parcel of land 15 years ago, and have been selling my wares for ages. The Baron here tells me I owe him rent.
You see, I bought large tracts of land back in the days of the farmer. Hans was taken by a charlatan. I certainly didn't authorize the sale.
Yes, well, you did nothing to stand up for your claim to the land. After endless talk with the barristers, we are still deadlocked.
Baron, tell me more about your claim to the land.
By right of original acquisition, the law says the land is mine. I bought it first. Sure, it was human lifetimes ago, but first is first. I am an old goblin, so years pass like months for me. I didn't notice Hans had set up shop and claimed my land as is until recently. I think I'm being fair. He owes me rent for the last...
Hans, can you explain why exactly you think your claim is stronger than the Baron's?
My purchase to the land was vetted and signed by the city of Stonebridge. They failed to research the land's original ownership. But even so, I can claim the right of eminent domain. I've used the land for over 10 years, with no argument from the original owner. I feel terrible that the Baron's land was sold out from under him, but he had ample time to correct this.
I see. The laws are indeed at an impasse here, but I've come to a decision.
So what will it be? Is the land indeed mine, or does this human get to claim it?
I don't know, it's tough.
The land wasn't Hans's to buy, but the Baron did nothing to protect his claim. You must divide the property or buy out the other stake.
I guess that's about as fair a ruling as you could make. Also a coward's decision. But I said I'd honor it, so I will.
I can't fit my shop on half of that parcel. But I suppose I should be happy for anything. Thank you for taking the time to arbitrate this.
Damn straight.
A deal is a deal. Hans, let's go figure out which half is yours and which is mine. Hopefully we don't need someone to arbitrate that.
Yeah. It is pretty awesome. Albeit a little cowardly one.
Please spend your currency at local markets. Please comply with all local laws and customs.
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Yeah, just sue the pants off of it.
Half a human generation has gone by without the Legion here to settle disputes. At last, that tradition I know you have evil to smite, so it means a lot to me and to the city that you can take time for the little things. Here's a little something for your efforts. Now be careful out there.
Alright.
Ah, so the Legion has come looking for my vote. These are perilous times. An entangling alliance is hardly prudent. But I forget my manners. I am Rorik Castle, City Meister and Factol of the Ironmongers.
Ironmongers.
In the council meeting, Wolf said something about the foundry. Is that your responsibility?
Ah, yes. That is our responsibility. The foundry is the wellspring of our city's prosperity. We keep the economy in motion, and we...
Your guild is obviously important. We need friends like you, and we're willing to prove our goodwill.
If you wish to be of service, there is a certain... It's the blasted Cyclopses. They were docile workers for years.
Docile workers.
Something in them snapped, and they've brought the foundry to a standstill.
We'll take care of these Cyclopses.
Fine, fine. It's a deal. Speak to my foreman, Mr. Snell, at the foundry. He will explain our predicament in greater detail.
You know, honestly, this game is actually pretty good. It deserves better than what, you know. It deserves more. I want to say, like, I really don't think there's been a whole lot of dialogue that wasn't voice actor.
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
This is a AAA game. You know, AAA 2011. Except he's not a Krug.
Not so fast, Legionnaire. None shall...
Meister Castle asked us to end the work stoppage in the...
I apologize.
Ugly,
I
looks
do
like a
not
Krug.
comprehend the terms work
And he wants to
stoppage,
stay in jail
general
'cause it's safe
strike,
in there.
or free will. I will let you pass now. In the future, we will avoid this topic of conversation. Enjoy your time
These
in the
robots
foundry.
are awesome, dude. Listen, meatbag. I want to say Microsoft published the original Dungeon Siege.
Sorry, my friends, the foundry is closed for an undefined amount of time. We do regret any inconvenience this may cause.
Meister Castle told us that your Cyclops workers have taken...
The Cyclopses have gone mad. They've killed a few of our foremen, and the gears of the foundry have stopped. We spotted goblin agitators inside as well. And if that wasn't enough, the fire elementals that power our furnaces have gotten loose.
Sounds like a
We're ready to help. What would you have us do?
Our attempts to parley have ended in bloodshed. I don't want the Cyclopses eliminated. I just want them to go back to work.
Yeah, slaves,
so
go
find
back
their
to
leader
work.
and humble him. The sooner the foundry is back in operation, the better. If you can restart any of the gearworks...
It's always better when the slaves just know their place and go back to work.
Step cautious there, Legionnaire. Several of my men never made it out of the foundry.
At least 1 day of rest per week. Shifts lasting no more than 18 hours. Provisions of monocles to those Cyclops whose visions have failed them. Most of all, we demand fair compensation for our labor. No wages, no work. Oh, that sounds fair.
Probably stating the obvious, but let's avoid those burning grates. Now this should be a challenge.
Yes, if they only hadn't killed people. Their mortal turpitude of slavery, you know. Jeez. Them radicals. It's almost like the Constitution said something about, like, overthrowing the government that doesn't suit your needs. How dare they? They want 1 day off per week? Jeez. Yep, I'm a union buster with a gun. If I want them to vote for me, then yeah, I gotta be a union buster. I'm a paper tail.
One more time.
Gotta kill these poor Cyclops. I'm glad we think alike. Ponyta. don't know if there's an option. I'm gonna find out, won't we? Workers' Revolution. And give control of the mines to the Cyclops. Our glorious leader. We're certainly gonna see after I kill all of them. Oh, another Cyclops had to murder Dude, I've been playing this awesome. Where's the foreman? Apparently I'm just gonna kill him. Give me an option here to do otherwise. I'd rather not. I'd rather just roll like a diplomacy.
One more down.
Maybe that wasn't it. It was just, Cyclops.
They've locked up those fire jackals. Maybe they'll cause some trouble if we let them out.
That's exactly what I want. Oh, now they're just gonna kill me? Okay. Underestimated me. That I did this mission second, and then I did the other one first. So I'm thinking that's maybe why it's a little easier. Uh-oh. I ain't opening that again. Oh, maybe I am. Some little purple glowy orb thing. Negotiate with. I don't know. I don't think that's an option. I think it would be awesome if that was an option to say, yeah, you know what? This guy's right. You guys figure it out.
Not doing well here. Back into the fray.
I wish there was an option. Treasures. We have the option to do that. It's like deep inside the thing. Once I hear their side or something.
Please help. The Cyclopses have gone mad. They locked us in here and dragged my men off to Azanai knows what awful fate.
No promises. We have troubles of our own.
They're going to be killed! Last I saw, the Cyclopses were dragging them toward the fire grates on the far side of the chamber. I don't know what they're planning, but those two are like brothers. Did you find my men?
No.
Please.
I'm still holding out for hope that it's going to be an option. already sided with the dude who wanted to stay in jail. Split half the property.
I thought I was a goner for sure. I need to get...
Yes, yes. Goblin agitators. Yeah. And Barry. Globama.
Saints bless him.
And I guess we'll talk to the guy real quick. Where'd he go? Oh well. Oh, Alyssa's boyfriend? Hey, how you doing, man? Did you graduate last year? Oh, it sucks this year. We have to use a stupid silly online curriculum that for high school, it's across both in person and online, because students can transfer, you know, between online and in person. So it's kind of crap. No labs, nothing. It's pretty horrible. So I miss you, man. You're a good person. How's you guys? You and Alyssa still together? Oop, going the wrong way. Oh, good. You guys are good couple. You guys got a wedding date yet?
So you are the ones who fight for the Ironmonger dogs. This foundry
Listen,
is
bro,
ours
I
now.
don't want to
Never
fight
be
you.
slaves again. Justice for my brothers!
So no wedding day yet? Yeah, how's college, man? Jeez. Crap gear.
No more! Why do you fight us? What have we done to you?
The other Cyclopses attacked us on sight. We had to defend ourselves.
You took the side of the bosses. You want to enslave us, to make us work without pay, just like the paper says.
Good. What do you we got to work out, man? You and Lissa living with each other, or how's that working out?
Slavery is quite a charge. They said you'd been working peacefully for years.
We worked for free because we didn't know better. Then I read from the paper, and I shared its words with my kin.
Oh no, shit.
What paper are you talking about?
An old man gave the paper to me. He called it a manifesto. He said we deserve a better life. We have the right to refuse to work, to demand better pay.
Yeah.
If you tell your brothers to stand down, we'll talk to Meister Castle.
I will trust you to go to the Ironmongers, to decide how best to end this fight.
Yeah, we're gonna go negotiate a
It is
contract.
only by your mercy that we live. We will accept whatever judgments you make.
Why doesn't anyone listen to reason before we beat them half to death?
Exactly. It's always easier this way. It's true. A man has to listen to you. How do I open this? I guess maybe I don't. I guess I don't get to open that yet. Okay. Well, don't have too much fun there, Stud. I don't want you to get distracted. You got a life to prepare for, you know? Alyssa's pretty much like the best thing. That's one of the best things that's ever happened to you, so don't screw it up. Am I going the right way? I believe in you, bro. If a loser like me can make it, you know, make it in this world, then you'll be alright.
One more down.
This thing says I'm going the right way, but I don't know.
Surely you must be joking, Meister Fiddlewick. I shall not reward the slaying of my guild members with salaries and contracts. If these beasts weren't vital to the operation of the foundry, I'd charge every one of them with murder, and they could all go to the gallows.
On top of some mountain.
Funny that you mention legal action. Last I recall, slavery was a criminal offense in Stonebridge. Shall we take this matter to the courts?
You weren't honest with me, Meister Castle. The Cyclopses didn't go mad. They were fighting for their rights.
Yeah, fighting for their rights.
What are you talking about? The Cyclopses turned violent and killed my people without provocation. Is that what they told you? That this was a work strike? I'd say you've been misled.
The Cyclopses agreed to stop fighting, if I speak to you on their behalf.
You... what? What nonsense is this?
Meister Castle is an endless font of courtesy and grace. Go ahead. Thank the Legion for saving your lives.
Yes, thank you for ending the violence. But what do you mean you speak for them? Those beasts are making demands?
They've been your slaves, free labor for your guild. Now they have a manifesto, and they demand a fair wage.
A manifesto? What kind of nonsense is that?
Keep it real. Say hi to Alyssa for me, okay?
An old man gave
Miss you guys. You guys should stop by
one day. Do you know
day.
anyone with a grudge against your guild?
An old man? The dapper old gent, no doubt. When Wolf hears about this, he's going to give me the "I told you so" of a lifetime.
Why would the dapper old gent...
The whole economy of Stonebridge rests on the power of the foundries, churning...
The economy of Stonebridge hinges on its workers, not your machines. But yes, the foundry is a crucial part of our supply chain.
The foundry needs to reopen one way or another. I speak for the Cyclopses, so whatever I say, they will honor.
Well then, something good came of all this violence. My good Legionnaire, tell the Cyclopses that they may resume work as salaried employees.
Damn straight.
Shut your goblin spout. They agreed long ago to servitude as payment for their crimes. They cannot just ignore a contract.
Meister Fiddlewick, you clearly favored the Cyclopses. I'd like to hear your side of the argument.
For years, this city has flourished, largely at the expense of the Cyclopses,
Yes.
slaving away
Damn
in the
true.
foundry. Castle used you. He told you the Cyclopses had gone mad so you would enforce his profit margin. Why do you think he lied to you?
Because the truth is often
There is
worse
nothing
than
subtle
anything.
about my argument. The Cyclopses are thinking, reasoning beings and should not be slaves to any man or goblin.
Power to the people.
Meister Castle, you said the Cyclopses agreed to servitude?
Years ago, long before the Legion fell, a tribe of Cyclopses wandered down from the mountains and raided the town.
Oh, really? And you were there for it?
At great cost, the people of Stonebridge bested them. Their chieftain agreed to a lifetime of servitude to spare his people from the noose.
That's ridiculous.
Yes,
Even
I
prisoners
profit
get
from
paid
their
in
work,
jail.
but so does the whole city. A contract is a contract. We can't ignore rules and laws, not even old ones.
I've heard enough. I'm ready to decide.
My hands are tied. The Cyclopses will listen to you and you alone, now that you've beaten them. I pray...
And I, for one, respect the old tradition of letting the Legion be the mediators of best resort. I know you will choose rightly.
The Cyclopses acted in self-defense. They must be given fair wages and treated with respect.
I agree,
What?
Alex.
Nonsense! The Cyclopses are bound by an agreement. If you wanted my vote, you just lost it.
Screw your vote. It's not worth it.
Tell them I will negotiate their wages. This decision is foolish, but I won't have the Cyclopses leave. The city needs them.
He'll calm down eventually. But you have my thanks, and I pledge my vote to you when the time comes.
Really?
Did you find my men?
Yes, they're safe.
They are? Hazanai bless you, and all the saints as well.
I didn't help you for a reward, but if you mention this to Cast...
Your generosity knows no bounds, my friend. I'll tell Castle, and I'll raise a...
Let's check out this one. Let's figure out this situation with the gears that I couldn't get to. Maybe I can get to it now.
You only ask for better pay.
Oh, all I had to do was shot. Okay. Watch out, shoot things.
Terribly sorry. Meister Castle believes you capitulated to the demands of thugs. But I am grateful for your help.
Well, Castle's
More
a
of our
jerk.
colleagues would surely have died if not for you.
Well, you know, sometimes some cultures, you know, they appeal to might is right. You know, I'm stronger than you, therefore you should listen to me, type of thing. It's a very guy thing, you know. Girls are weird, like with you know, pecking orders and stuff. Dudes just beat each other up, and obviously you're the superior one, so I'll listen to you. I mean, it makes sense.
We fixed the gears as well as we could. The found...
True. The whole city relies on the power of our furnaces and...
Alright, let's go talk to the other freaking dudes and get them convinced to like come like let me freaking maybe they'll like let you know they'll like work. So that sounds familiar. Invisible wall.
The gears of Stonebridge are alive once more. Citizens are encouraged to display facial expressions of a positive nature.
I don't know. I mean, everything that we do, you know, I didn't say everything, but a lot of things that we do, we express through violence, and the resolution is the winner. Like any sports, whoever hits the hardest, whoever wrestles the best, whoever hits the ball the hardest, whoever, you know, outwits the other person through physical contest, they're the victor. So it's really hard for me to say that, you know,
look at that,
smacking some
all
skulls,
the gears are turning again.
You know, would solve problems in some instances. And I also was in the military where, you know, might does make right. You know, where we would solve problems by beating each other up. Like, okay, you two, here's some boxing gloves, or hey, you two, let's fight it out. And then the winner, you know, we get over it. There's a certain appeal to that simplicity.
I wanted to thank you again for siding with the downtrodden Cyclopses. In this regard, I'm happy to be proved wrong in my opinion of the Legion.
I should be going.
It's not just...
Take care now.
Might is right. It's like, you know, freaking, you know, it's more than that. It's like a enlightened might is right. And Jean-Jacques Rousseau, being a, you know, he's probably French, so screw him. America.
Unless you're here to pay those Cyclops.
Ah, the envoy from the lead.
What can we do to win your...
There's that You won't think ill of me, I hope, But I shall respect the wishes of the other Meisters. If you can convince my colleagues to take your side.
You were elected to lead the city?
By a popular vote of almost 70%. Not counting the... Our mayor is elected from among the Meisters, the leading citizens of the town. It's a far better system than we used to have. We put an end to all that autocratic nonsense not long after the old kingdom collapsed. Our city has been a free republic.
I won't take any more.
Indeed.
Ah, yes. I was wondering when you'd come and harass me. No doubt you're here to solicit...
Let's get right to the point.
Well, you could help me alphabetize court documents, but a better use of your talents would be to help... Normally, I'd have Wolf handle the situation, but it happens to involve a sizable degree of danger, and Wolf is too important to risk.
So you're saying you'd...
I'm rarely accused of being a nice person, but there you have it. So, the matter at hand. We've had numerous reports of masked individuals hauling automatons into the crypts under the city. Whatever their aim, they are slowly eroding our defenses, and that is intolerable.
It is very
especially
intolerable.
with Jane Cascinder and her... If someone was to enter the crypts and purge them of these criminals,
Consider it done.
Well then, if you keep your word,
Where's that one dude?
Ah, the envoy from the Legion. Is there something else?
I will...
Okay. So we need to follow this quest marker. Go stop some hoodlums in the crypts.
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Yes, yes. Free the Krug. Ooh, merchant. What do you got for sale, buddy? Anything I could use? No, it's mostly crap. gonna quote, was it Lieutenant Rashek for Starship Troopers, that pure violence, pure and unadulterated naked violence has solved more problems in the world than negotiation. But I definitely am not a fan of violence all the time.
Hey, got a second? See, I built this on... If you could do me a favor, last thing I need is to have the sweat. Will do. Excellent. Just try to deal with it, but...
Ah, good. I thought I'd find you here. I heard the Legion was back in town. You see...
Go on.
I've studied the event of the local Legion's demise. Some who looted the chapter house proudly displayed their ill-gotten gains, showing up... Well, I have kept track of these pompous criminals.
Those artifacts belong to the Legion.
I've assembled a list of graves that should contain stolen property. Here, take my notes. Unless...
Never thought I'd be robbing graves for the good of the Legion.
True. Creepy.
So they're breaking down the automatons into parts and delivering them to someone. But
I'm guessing... My guess is that Jane Cassander's army is going to dismantle these things and going to reassemble it into some kind of, I don't know, Metal Gear. That's my guess. Let's see how close we are to it.
Trouble ahead.
I'm interested actually to see how close I get.
A den of thieves. Should be a straightforward fight.
Yes. It's always good to negotiate. You know, like we said when I was in the army, when we were dealing with the locals, that you should always have a velvet glove with an iron fist.
We need to extend the bridge. Try that switch.
Certainly. I'm gonna laugh so hard if it's actually if I'm on the spot here. We'll see how it goes. auto von Bismarck?
These automatons don't look as friendly as the ones in the city.
Swinging axes.
He's leaving.
Yeah, I'm not too much into reading. I don't like books. Okay, so that opens that door.
Nasty trap. Good to see you're all in one piece.
He's the king of Prussia, wasn't he? Even in role-playing games, I don't like to read too much. I think reading hurts your brain. read the PDFs, like when I'm in the bathroom. That's where I do the majority. Actually, that's pretty much where I do all my reading, is in the bathroom. Books and everything. Modules and stuff, all in the bathroom. Except for the actual part where, like, you're repping, like, the actual roll 20. That I don't do in the bathroom. I don't eat much fiber, man. I tend to eat a lot of meats. Stay away from fruits and vegetables as much as possible. I don't like to eat a lot of bread. I tend to have more of a heavy carnivore diet. Not an adventurous guy with eating, really. I like the simple things. Let's check out any gear I got here. Anything good? Nope. A better... Nope. I got a cool boomstick, though, but not better than what I have. Definitely not a better sword. Oh well. That doesn't look like a automaton that's safe at all. This automaton, even though I don't want to. We're making a modified one, though, so I was definitely correct there. It's just a matter of who's making it. paint one more damn kitten, especially one that's wearing a frilly dress or a flower bonnet. I swear I'll jump. Yeah, if we're trying to liberate them, great. But I think it's somebody trying to take over the automatons. Make a Metal Gear. Which I kind of was right. So far. I did just destroy a magical one. So that was pretty Metal Gear-ish. Well, this is a free republic, so you never know. It's like Hamburg or something back in like the Enlightenment period. A free city, republic.
One more down.
Oh, we're at a save point, so that means it must be close.
I spent a small fortune hiring every cut, purse, footpad, and ruffian this side of Rukenval. Great deal of good it did me.
Ooh, get to negotiate, looks like.
Good idea, setting up shop in the crypts. Think of all the money you saved on funeral expenses.
There's plenty of open graves available. Let me know where I should dump your corpses after we kill you.
Never should have come down here, kid.
Enough. I know when I've met my match. Spare my life, and I'll go quietly.
The proletariat. I'm gonna take control of the proles.
You've been hauling automatons into the crypt.
Now here's where
Tell
you
us
learn
why.
if it's a Metal Gear.
The dapper old gent hired us to abscond with the city's automatons. We tear them up, turn them over to the gent, he pays us good coin. I guess he's selling the damn things on the black market, but it's none of my affair. It's hard to carry those metal brutes very far, so we set up here, in the crypts. The locals don't come down here. Not anymore.
One more question. How do I find the dapper old gent?
Best of luck to you, friend. I've sent people to follow him, but it's been no use. He's like a ghost. A mental trick.
Constables will be coming to arrest you if you try...
I told you all I know.
Get the shipment before I bop out of here. You know, I don't know how far back it is, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave this one until we get to it. If there's a quick way out of this freaking thing, we'll just go back in and see what we can do.
That master thief was far too quick to surrender. He knows more than he's letting on.
Of course he does. I'm more of a Trotsky guy, though, than a Lenin guy. No, the gent, he's just a member of the aristocracy.
I suppose we'll see what Mudgutter thinks, once he's questioned that fellow.
Miss a lever somewhere. No, that's for that one. Don't see a lever here. Don't see a lever over here. Oh, there it is. Inside. The beginning of the thing here. Oh, there it is. There's the thing I want to loot.
One more down.
I skipped this area. I shouldn't have skipped it. Either that or he's like this jet fellow, he's like a like a V for Vendetta kind of guy. I want to free the people from the authoritarian state. From the Meisters. The Burgermeister, Meisterburger. The lower water of the stone bridge is where I am. Oh, it looks like
I'm glad I caught you. There's trouble all over Stonebridge. The automatons, they've gone mad. They're tearing the city apart.
Everything was quiet a few hours ago.
One moment they were fine, the next they just changed. It's been less than an hour. They're fighting like an army, working together.
All right.
The automatons are headed for the city hall. I'll be...
I guess this is the show, so we gotta go ahead and save the day now. Automatons are not gonna be very useful to anybody. If we destroy them all, they're not gonna use them in an army.
Automatons to slaughter helpless people. This is the work of a coward.
Or use automatons to slaughter not helpless people? Is that better? Still convinced my Metal Gear, my Metal Gear hypothesis. Oh, they're not trying to free Crud anymore?
The Gent! He was here! As soon as you entered the hole, he fled!
You don't seem hurt. What about the other Meisters?
Just a few cuts and bruises. My own automatons held the doors and kept the enemy at bay.
Cool.
The Gent never got to my constables. Bad luck for him.
The Gent was here? Did he speak to you?
He threatened us. Told us he was going to bring down the city. The madman said we deserved it.
Probably do.
He fled on foot?
No, he opened one of those shimmering doors just over there
Let me
in the
guess.
corner.
It's one of the shimmering doors that I've been
Clever
using
fella.
to get around.
He's using causeways to sneak about.
See? Causeways.
What say we go after him?
I told them that technology
How
would
utterly
destroy the working
unorthodox.
man. Oh,
Sieging
the
the Meister
irony.
Hall requires a
I'm
properly
too
filed
important
print
to
of
resort for
insurrective
this.
intent.
The city needs me.
You simply do not give up, do you? How much did the Meisters pay you to finish what they began 30 years ago? Tell me, what price does my blood fetch? No matter. Whatever the sum, you will not live to collect.
Ooh, he's one of our people.
My fallen comrades will have vengeance!
Those machines are summoning more automatons. We've got to destroy them.
Oh, shit.
Huh! Let's smash it. Go on, destroy it.
The people of Stonebridge will pay for their crimes. Stonebridge will burn.
One more time. Let's smash it.
Surrender yourself, gent. By all the saints, your judgment is long overdue.
Judgment? By what right? The people of Stonebridge are guilty of far worse crimes than mine. I spit on you. Murderers and traitors, all.
Murder and betrayal? Who do you accuse?
Not you. I've not seen your face before, and you are a mystery. No. I speak of these merry meisters in their pretty clothes and all the people of
V for
Stonebridge.
Vendetta over here, man.
They tore open the doors of our chapter house, dragged us into the streets, murdered my brothers, my sisters, the whole damned Legion.
You were there?
Good. We should deal with facts.
I was there. I saw these people with my very own eye.
Many joined the mob, sir, but many more did not.
Half your people stood by, while the other half did murder. Did you hold the killers to account?
Why did you survive?
We were ordered to stand firm, to face the mob a stupid order, meant to shame the people into sparing us. But rabid dogs have no... I fled into a causeway, and promised my death.
If you claim to be elite...
Archambault du Payen, senior apprentice to the Grand Mage, last survivor of the Legion.
Bullshit. Here I am.
No, not the last. Look at me, brother. We stood at Hearthfire together 40 years past, spoke the rites, and made our oaths to the Legion.
I remember you. Odo, the tracker, the tireless scout, the watcher of roads. How can this be? In my dreams, I saw the whole Legion dead.
You saw it?
Just as you say. Sometimes I see my fallen comrades. Every time I close my eyes, the dream is there.
What about the Radiant Youth, the child with the...
No. I saw him only once. I thought he'd turned his back from us.
You and Odo?
No, I hardly knew him. I was a mage apprentice. Odo was a...
Scout is a kind word for what I was.
You're a criminal, but you're a legionnaire as well.
Hand him over to me and I'll see that he gets a trial. He'll hang, I expect, but that's a quick death. Better than he'd get if we tossed him to the people.
Wait, he's a legionnaire. He's one of us. And he's a mage. If we give him to the town, all his knowledge is lost.
I don't know what to do.
This man is a criminal, sir. He tried to ruin our city, and who knows how many lives he took.
We need more information before we decide what to do with it.
What should I do, Alex?
Ask your questions. I'm sure the constable will be eager to learn how I eluded him, so...
Why attack Stonebridge? What did you mean to achieve?
To leave these people as they left me. Ruined, defenseless, alone. Their fine city lying in pieces around them. Who else could demand satisfaction for my brothers and sisters? I was one man, alone, and my survival was inconvenient at best.
Did you intend this all along? 30 years?
No. I only meant to steal back the treasures that they plucked from the Legion's corpse. Tomes of magic. Heirlooms that belonged to friends.
I'm gonna need your help with deciding what to do with this guy.
But I gained a reputation. I learned that one man can be as fearsome as an army if he cultivates a legend around himself. Only in the last 5 years did I dare to dream of the city's fall. And I came...
Witnesses said you could disappear at will. You've been hiding in the causeways?
The Legion left many causeways behind. No one knew they existed, save for me. But they couldn't always take me where I needed to go. The Foundry, say, or a troublesome Meister's estate. So I created causeways of my own. Not a simple art to learn. And when I hang, as I assuredly will, the knowledge shall die with me.
You lived 30 years in the causeways? Did you ever come out?
When I wished to come out, I did. The constables were looking for a well-dressed old gentleman, because that was what I allowed them to see. If I dressed as a workman or a clerk, darkened my hair with pitch, I could escape their eyes.
So you moved about the city with ease, kept an eye on the constable.
Sometimes I clothed myself in rags and tottered about the main square. No one gave me a second look.
That beggar! The fellow who shouted rude names at me whenever I drilled the automatons in the square? That was you?
Was it? I'm sorry, Constable. I don't recall.
The trouble in the Foundry, the Automaton Rebellion, that was all...
My designs, yes. For their execution, I must give some credit to the people of Stonebridge.
He did help the
themselves.
Cyclops rebel.
Are you mad? The people of Stonebridge? How are we to blame?
If not for your cruelty and greed, would the Foundry workers be so quick to rise up? If not for your murder of the Legion, would you need an army of automatons to defend you? I took what you gave me, Constable, and I turned it against you.
Did you mean to launch the Automaton Rebellion when you did?
No, you forced my hand. I'd hoped that the trouble in the Foundry would last a few more weeks, and I'd have time to turn all the automatons against the city. As it was, I turned half to my side at best. Not near enough.
You used the criminals in the crypts. They abducted the automatons and you modified them.
Yes, you have it exactly. A slow and
he made Metal
painstaking
Gears.
affair, but my accomplices were more than willing. Reputation has its benefits, even in criminal circles. Simple enough to bend one's admirers to one's will. Learning how to exert control over the automatons, that was the challenge. Fortunately, I was able to steal as many books from the college as I liked. And I had my own magical knowledge to draw upon, too. It took some.
All right. I'm ready to make a decision.
The gent is your prisoner by rights. What shall we do with him?
So, final thing. Am I saving him, or am I going to turn him over to the constable? You guys get to help me. Alright, turn him over.
Meister Wolf, the prisoner is yours. Whatever you do with him, the Legion will support you.
Much as I hate to condemn a Legion man, we're not above the law. People will respect us for this.
I will surrender quietly, Constable, so long as you promise me this. Face your past. Deliver justice for my brothers who died on your streets.
You have my promise. Meister Mudgutter and I will find the ones who killed Legionnaires, if they still live, and they will be held to account. After all this, the Council can hardly refuse an alliance with the Legion. The people will accept nothing less. But we must put the matter to a formal vote. I'll convene the Council at once.
Oh, cool.
Was this then what the Legion had become? A bitter old man bent on revenge? I didn't want to believe it. The Gent was a true man of the 10th, and its ideals still lived.
Maybe the Legion needed to die.
But one of those ideals is that no man is above the law, and the Gent had committed terrible crimes against the people of Stonebridge. Homes destroyed, streets choked with ash, great machines reduced to scrap. For these things, the Gent would be held to account. So it was that the dapper old Gent was delivered into the custody of the Meisters to face the city's justice. The laws of the Legion were upheld, and the people of Stonebridge have pledged themselves to us. Yet I cannot help but feel that we have lost a valuable ally.
Gentlemen and goblins, order! Council will address the proposed alliance with the 10th Legion.
Circumstances have indeed changed since we last spoke. I now find myself addressing the savior of our city. Does the Legion envoy have anything further to say before a vote is called?
Our purpose is to serve the people of Ebb, not to impose our will upon them. We'll honor whatever decision you make.
Very good. No reason to postpone our decision any further. All those in favor of the alliance vote aye. Those opposed vote nay.
First Constable votes aye.
Chief Barrister votes aye.
Guild of Ironmongers reminds the Council of the considerable cost of the events in the Foundry. Are we now to pay for the Legion's war as well?
First, the Guild abuses its workers. Now it votes against the savior of our city? I wonder what the people will do when they hear. And I promise that they'll hear.
Guild of Ironmongers respectfully abstains.
Yeah, punk.
Master of the College votes aye.
3 votes in favor, 1 abstention. As mayor of the city, I shall join the majority and vote aye. Be it resolved, then, that an alliance is declared between the city of Stonebridge and the 10th Legion. May our enemies tremble with dread.
I'd like to thank the Council for putting its faith in the Legion.
Of course. You are the savior of our city. Ask any favor of us, and the answer will be yes.
Will you send your automaton army to attack Jane Cassinder? We can take her by surprise and end the war.
The army? When I said any favor, I didn't actually mean...
Capital! I can have the automatons ready in short order! Shall I make ready to leave? I should warn you, we may not return to Stonebridge again before this war is over.
How many automatons are left? I destroyed a lot of them.
The Gent only managed to take control of about half of our automatons, and not all of those were destroyed, so the army is intact. Jane's forces may outnumber us, but her soldiers have never faced automatons before.
Start preparing.
We'll make good use of the time.
Meister Wolf informs the Council that our automaton army is...
Not...
Let it...
Let's go turn these quests in.
Free the Krug! Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Hello there, friends. Looking for anything in particular?
We seem to have...
Bless you. I was what?
We're glad to help.
You've made a friend of this fellow.
Aye, the folks around here don't have a fine history with the Legion, but I hope that'll change.
Good work, my friends. I'll need to remember to install it. Here's your payment. Now, I think someone tampered with my construct. I don't...
Your automaton may have been altered by the thieves.
Oh, really now? If I reverse engineer...
So, my research was...
Thanks again.
toasted.
I didn't think the dapper old gent was real. Shows what I know. The city is in your
Free
debt,
the
to be
Krug!
sure.
My spacious new abode. The food is fair, but the company is not.
The problem of the Krug.
Meister Wolf informed...
Give the order, then. We'll
The spire stands atop Mount Jareb. Our automatons will assault the town of Aegis Bay at the foot of the mountain. That will give you a chance to climb the trails to the top of the mountain and assault the spire. It will be an honor to fight alongside the Legion. And may fortune...
At long last, the tide turned. No longer was the 10th Legion fighting a defensive war. With the automaton army of Stonebridge behind us, we took the battle to our enemy. Under the command of Martin Guiscard and Meister Wolf, our army poured forth from Stonebridge in a flood of iron and flame. The journey was a long one and difficult. Had you marched with soldiers of flesh and blood, I do not doubt that many would have died, but the automatons were tireless. At last you reached your goal, the spire. Crowning the sacred mountain of Jareb, it was the heart of Jane Cassinder's strength. No army had ever conquered it. Azunite zealots and Stonebridge automatons clashed at the mountain's foot. Blind faith and cold reason struggled for dominance as the ground churned with oil and blood. Above the clamor of the battle, you ascended a forgotten path up the mountain, seeking the spire itself.
And I think that's where we're going to leave it at, Smashers. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate all the support I get from this channel. I'll be back probably tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe I'll do something early afternoon streaming. But once again, I appreciate all your support and can't wait to see you guys again.